My name is Kathrin. I'm 24. I'm a nanny. My aspirations are I'd like to be a writer and write books, and I'd like to be an actress and just do something kind of creative. And
my name is Capobianco. I'm 22. My occupation is a student and a receptionist at a law firm / photographer / model. I either want to do something with journalism or photography because I'm really into photography and modeling, so something with the art world. And if I could combine writing with that too, that'd be okay.
Name, Victoria. Ariann Adams. Age, lady never reveals her secret. No, I'm 30 years old. Occupation, I work at a publishing company, kensingtonbooks.com, buy our stuff.
Nicole Leon, born in New Jersey, currently a catering operations manager.
Before I can remember, probably since I was born. Literally, I can't remember the first game that I played because I've always remembered playing video games.
Since I was 3 or 4, so quite a while, 23 years.
I've been playing games since Nintendo and Sega came out.
Right now, PS3.
Right now I have a Nintendo, a Super Nintendo, a Nintendo 64, a PlayStation 2, and an Xbox 360.
I own PS3 because it was expensive as hell, and I really wanted it.
I got into games as a child. I remember I had a babysitter, and she had, sons, and we used to play, I think, like Crash Bandicoot and like Madden, and actually now I don't even like sports games, but that's how I kind of got into it, so.
My first encounter with video games was seeing my brother play Metroid. And I really wanted to play Metroid because he told me that it was a woman. So I was like, yeah, I want to play this. And then it went on from there. My first console was a Sega. That was mine personally. My first game I ever played was Kabuki Quantum Fighter. Yeah, that's old school.
Probably either Crash Bandicoot or one of those Madden sports games.
Super Mario World.
I remember we had Mario Brothers, the first one. We had Duck Hunt. I loved that. I used to cheat and take the gun and go right up to the screen and shoot it. And I used to get my uncle really mad because I'd be like, "No, it's cool, I got this." But that's probably one of the first games I ever played.
Resident Evil series is good. Also Mortal Kombat, Call of Duty.
Zelda's always been, a standby classic. But I guess I'm kind of leaning more towards the God of War people. Even though the series ended, I mean, for getting a Greek story in that realm, not easy to do, and even the character design for God of War was kind of hard. How do you encapsulate rage in one man and still make him hot?
Legends of Zelda.
Legend of Zelda?
Absolutely. Yeah, it'd have to be that because it's a great game. You keep with your favorite characters, but it's a different story every time, and they develop the characters differently in every story. Somehow Link always forgets that he's always saving Zelda. So I definitely love that. When I was a kid, I had a crush on Link. so.
A lot. You saw the list. Played Dark Souls, throw my controller against the wall millions of times, playing Skyrim, finally beat Kathrin, which a lot of people dissed. A lot of people said, Kathrin, what is that? It's just a bunch of Japanese crap. And I'm like, no, play it, because they're really going to make you start thinking about infidelity. And that it's not good. It's not good.
Right now I'm playing Little Big Planet 2. I'm in the middle of Skyrim. I started out with Dead Island. I have like 5 games going at once. I'm playing Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, but I feel like that game is not really friendly to people who are just starting out. If you haven't played the first one, it doesn't have a good introduction. Usually games will give you okay, here's the controls for doing this move, like jumping and,
when I go home on weekends to my family, we play Black Ops a lot. We like the zombies. It's kind of our sister bonding time. Video games has always kind of been like a family time for me and my siblings. fighting games. I like all the aggression. It's like, just, you know, I'm kind of a little bit of a little girl, so it's not like I'm ever going to go to the streets and get into fights, but it's that like little alter ego that's like, yeah, just kick their ass.
RPGs. Absolutely RPGs.
I'd say RPGs. I'm trying to get involved with the shooting games, but I'm just not good at it. I'm terrible at shooting. Like, I mean, it's like there's actually a gun range here in the city, and I'm just like, I'll just go there. Like, I could just buy, like, you know, and just go to town and, like, figure it out. But it's full, like, Uncharted 2. First 2 minutes I was in that game, dead. I'm just like, I don't know where I'm pointing. And my boyfriend's like, you suck at this. And he doesn't play games. I'm actually training him to play Final Fantasy VII. He's horrible at it. And I'm just like, really? You're going to yell at me? I yelled at you for 15 minutes because you kept walking in a wall in Skyrim when demons were killing you. I actually had to take the remote and turn it around. So, no.
My gaming news, either through Kotaku or I have a lot of friends on Facebook who play games, so they're always posting like games they're playing or like new games or trailers, so that's where I get my stuff from.
Mostly I like to watch like Attack of the Show and X-Play and things like that on G4, and occasionally like I'll pick up a magazine, something like that. That's where I get most of my gaming news from. I'll go on IGN sometimes and check that out too. So.
Well, I have a Power-Ups card, so GameStop's awesome. And Kotaku, my brother, all the time, he tells me what's up.
They were definitely a lot more simple with the controls. It's a little bit difficult for me to be able to use the dual joysticks because you have to look and turn separately. So that's a big difference between the old games and the new games. Another one is now that you have, like, if you take, let's say, Super Mario Brothers and Little Big Planet, they're both similar platforms, but Little Big Planet has a 3D dimension to it, which adds a completely different value to the game system. So I feel like a lot of them used to be a little more simple and direct, and nowadays there's a lot more complication because of all like the graphics nowadays. It's almost harder to be able to, when you go, let's say when you go into a room, like whether you're playing Call of Duty or Resident Evil or whatever like that, you have to go into a room, find clues and pick up things. It's a lot harder to find them. You know, back in the day you could just be like, okay, click, you know, XXX got everything, and so it's a lot hard. It's a lot more complicated and more challenging to find all the clues that you need to complete a game.
Everything was 8-bit. Everything was 8-bit, now I can see the boobs. I mean, that's pretty much the difference.
I kind of choose to keep myself quiet. I don't know why. It's just, you know, when guys find out you're playing games, they're like, oh, why are you playing games? Like, why aren't you, like, you know, like, shopping or, like, making me a sandwich, you know, stupid things like that. Yeah, I choose to keep myself quiet.
I definitely feel like you can't be completely feminine because then you won't be respected in the games. A lot of people kind of look at you, and whether you're a good player or a bad player or whatever, hardcore or not, if they know that you're a girl and they know that you're a feminine girl, not a tomboy girl on top of it all, they usually won't respect you and won't really want to treat you seriously in the game. They'll kind of either go easy on you or make fun of it or hit on you or one or the other. So it's a little difficult, you know. It's kind of like it's almost like being a joke sometimes.
Hell no, please. I'm 30 years old, I'm sorry. Like, after you hit this brink, there's no going back. So when I hear guys be like, you know, you're a chick, and I'm just like, yeah, and I just shot you in the face. And, you know, moving on. There really isn't any, like, dichotomy. I mean, I understand that women have a hard time playing video games, but the thing is that it's like anything else. Like, you play hard, and you play like you want to win, and then that's it.
Oh, that we have no idea what we're doing. I mean, I'm not that that hardcore into it, but I can still kick most guys' butts at like any fighting game there is, and it's awesome. Like the face they get when they see they actually lose to a girl, like a dainty little looking girl. Like, it's really funny. I love it.
I don't know. They think we're there because someone tells us to. Like, you know, we have a boyfriend who plays, so we just want to play along with them. Or, you know, we're just into, like, you know, we're not even paying attention to the game. We're just, like, hitting a bunch of buttons. We're actually paying attention.
Some stereotypes would be that girls aren't serious about gaming, that they're not really into the gameplay. They're just into it just to, like, you know, whatever. I just want to be cool like the guys. I don't think guys understand how much girls do get obsessed with games. There are nights where I literally will stay up 9 to 12 hours not sleeping playing a game because I'm obsessed with it. And, you know, guys feel like they're the only ones who do that. That, and also I feel like with, let's say, games like Mortal Kombat and things like that, I feel like guys don't think that women, because we do tend to button smash, but I think that guys don't understand that we are also really dedicated to learning the moves when we have the time and things like that. So, you know, that's definitely a stereotype.
That we can't have a damn good storyline. That F, for real. I mean, I'm not going to get on the whole Resident Evil 5 thing. That was a huge, big discrepancy that happened. But actually, my cousin and I were talking about that a couple days ago. And she was like, well, the main character, his partner's black. I'm like, well, how come she's not the hero? She's from the hometown. And why is she from, like, why does she have, like, an English accent? Why do all, like, the savages of the town have, like, the standard, like, Jamon Hisoon, you know, I'm just here to get my baby. You know, it's like, I don't want to hear that. Like, I don't want to hear that. Like, I want to hear a chick that's like me, you know, like, I was in mosh pits. I was thrashing Amon Amarov. Like, you know, I want that, you know.
I think it's appropriate nowadays. I mean, you know, women seem to definitely be reaching out a little more, and you know, our interests are kind of expanding. I think that girls were always gamers, but I just don't think people realized it. You know what I mean? Like, I know tons of girls that played lots of Nintendo games when I was a kid, and I just don't think that it was always geared towards that, because people think like, okay, it's hack and slash or shoot 'em up, and it's a guy game, not a girl game. So I think the statistics sound pretty accurate about it.
It's good that women are maybe coming out and, you know, saying that they're playing games. There's nothing to be ashamed of. I mean, we should be just as equal as men, you know, playing games.
I mean, most of the girls I know, I mean, we enjoy it, you know? Like, it's something to do in our downtime. It's something to burn a little fuse, a little anger with sometimes. You go in there and play a little bit.
I hope that they try to expand the options. Some games are very limited in their female options of characters, let's say. So I think it'd be really cool to maybe introduce female characters, more female options into a lot of games. Because, you know, it's fun playing a dude, but you're a girl, sometimes you want to play a girl, and you want to have all the options of being the guy. So, you know, it'd be nice definitely to incorporate that a little more into gaming.
I want to say maybe games more targeted to women. Maybe, you know, having commercials where girls are playing games, or, you know, maybe like a woman spokesperson for a gaming company, or just involve them somehow. Have more games with like female leads to them. Like maybe if there was like Call of Duty with like a woman. I mean, I don't see what's wrong with that.
I'll be honest, like, I love the whole character designing and the whole like come up with the outfits and all that type of stuff. I mean, it's the very girly end of it, but it's fun. And picking like design like your new character on Soul Calibur's outfit, what they're gonna wear, and if they look like you, it's fun because it's like, oh, there's me kicking butt. Yes.
I mean, I know a lot of guys are in the industry and they're like, oh, just make hot chicks. There just has to be more women. And I'm not saying it's got to be like a tampon Tapex like commercial. It doesn't have to be like that. Like, we don't have to have like feminine flirty. Like, we don't need a Barbie game. Like, we need a game that we can really connect with. So until the men folk can just step to the side for a little bit, then we'll have our due. And kind of veering away from the whole, because I know like with Japan and they have their games and they're very like girl friendly with jiggling boobs and whatnot. And that's nice, you know, but I think once we start really vocalizing our opinions and saying, you know, no, I don't, I'm sick of seeing Ivy wearing pasties while fighting. Her boobs are not that like tough, you know, like they're gonna hurt. So.
I just want people to know that being a woman gamer is, you know, it's badass, but you can also be feminine at the same time. You know, it's like, it's definitely not, it's not like a one-dimensional thing being a female gamer. And I want people to know that, you know, because we have a lot going on, and we actually do love and are dedicated to games. You know, it's like, it's honestly, there's not really, you know, I just want guys to know that we are definitely equals and that we could kick their ass. So, you know, being a girl gamer, you know, it's tough. It's not about feminism. It's just about like, hey, you know, I have more to me than just button smashing, and I have more to me than just like, oh, this is fun. I want to play like a cool cutesy game. It's like, you know, we're very serious about it as well, and so I just kind of want to get that through.
I just want to say that, you know, girls play, you know, games, you know, just as much or even more than guys. So I don't really know why we hide sometimes or feel like maybe embarrassed that we play games, you know. I feel like it's kind of sexist. Like, why are we hiding? It's nothing really to be ashamed of. And if anything, I would think that guys would, you know, want us to, like, join them and play games with them. But instead, it's kind of like we're, like, pushed to the side. Like, why is it?
I mean, that we're just as into video games and just as devoted long term as, you know, any guy that you know. I mean, been playing since I was 3. Whether or not I know I'm up on every single game, I still been playing.
I don't know. I just feel like, you know, women, especially women of color, women all over the world, it doesn't even matter about women of color, just women in general. I think that we really just have to start talking and finding out to build our own studios. I mean, look at Clamp. Clamp is a perfect example. They're a comic book company, but all run by women. And they really kind of set the pace for, you know, we can change it. It depends on the writer and it depends on the imagination. If you want to create a game, do it. You know, you don't have to necessarily go to school for it, I don't think. I don't believe that. I think that if you're really that adamant on really showing a story, I'm even writing a story for a game that consists of, you know, people of color as one of the main characters, but that's not only it. It's about African mythology. It's really getting involved, and not just Egyptian, because, you know, it's not the only area. Just there's so many things that we can find and see and look at and really get down with, and I honestly kind of blame studios. I think they're too afraid. And if they actually just, you know, the reason why you went into this is because you weren't afraid. So why are you afraid of women getting a voice?